Hi everyone, thanks for joining us today. It is a gray and rainy day in New York today. Hopefully it's sunny where you are. I am here in the store. As you can see, we had a little bit of lull in the traffic, so I decided to take the opportunity to show you some products. What I wanted to focus on today, we've done some episodes on minerals and fossils and stuff like that, and I wanted to focus more today on animal products. And when I say animal products, we do have like taxidermy and skeletons and stuff like that, and hopefully we'll be able to do an episode on those as well. But what I wanted to focus on more specifically was kind of just like pieces of animals, like claws and teeth and fur and feathers and stuff like that. So things that aren't necessarily like the whole animal or a skull or a skeleton, but smaller pieces that are animal byproducts that I thought might be interesting to highlight. So I wanted to go through, because a lot of them are very affordable and small, make great gifts. Sometimes they're great for like art projects and stuff like that. So I wanted to go through a few of them with you. I'm going to switch the camera over. So I wanted to start real quick with our spider webs. So they are very cool. This is a real spider web that has been set under glass. So you can see on the front is glass, on the back is velvet. So these are real spider webs that have been captured and preserved forever. Those are really cool. They come in a variety of sizes. I could do a whole episode just on these because they are absolutely fascinating, and the story behind them is really cool as well. What else did I want to show you from over here? So we also have a really awesome collection of feathers. I hope to be able to add some of these to the website for purchase because they are so stunning. We have a really large variety of feathers, and I've also been wanting to change the way we kind of market and sell these. I want to maybe do like a hat station, because a lot of people, have been buying them to put like a feather in their cap. Which I think is a brilliant idea. So I was hoping to maybe do kind of like a feather in your cap hat station. We have some longer ones down here as well. All different kinds of pheasants and parrots and turkey over here. Who knew? Some of the patterns on these are really exquisite. And I think that it's interesting once you see, because you've seen, we see pictures of animals. You might even see the full taxidermy animal from time to time or its skeleton. But I think that once you see smaller pieces of it, you can really appreciate sort of the beauty of the individual elements that make up the animal and the creature, and it really gives you a different perspective, a different way of thinking about it. So these bird feathers, for example, we have them preserved in a little cellophane packet because they're really delicate. But just look at that beautiful color, that sunset, rose, sort of like orangey, creamy color is just beautiful. And then they have a little bit of green at the tip and then a striking black bar. These are just beautiful. So this is an Amazon parrot. Sorry, it's a little out of focus. So it's an Amazon parrot, and they're just absolutely beautiful. And when you see them all together, sometimes on the bird, you might not be able to appreciate the individual beauty of each element. We have peacock feathers, which are very cool. Look at that. That's called the eye of the peacock feather, which is really beautiful. Has all these wonderful colors in it. We have large ones as well if you need something a little grander. We have these porcupine quills. So these are very small porcupine quills that we put in a vial, so you get a whole bunch of them. And then we also have larger ones. So these, as you can see, are really quite large. Look at the size of that compared to the other one. And they're extremely sharp. So, not for kids. Very, very pointy. I have some other sizes back here as well. We have a sort of a medium size here. And you can see, there's some variety as well. You see these beautiful like black and white kind of banding. And then some of them are a little more orange, which is interesting. So again, it really makes you think about the animal in a whole new way from a different perspective. We have stingray barbs. So stingrays are very, very cool animals. And they have these really killer barbs. I'm trying to get it to focus. There we go. A little bit better. So you can see these have these like really sharp serrations. They look like, you know, like a swordfish or something like that. So if you get caught on one of these, it is definitely painful. Very, very sharp. And so the things I wanted to, the three main items that I wanted to focus on today, so that was just a little taste of what we have in the store. So if you haven't been to the store, come check it out. There's tons of little tiny things to look through and appreciate. But the three things that I wanted to talk about today are horns and antlers, because they're very, you know, sort of classic animal products that we have. And we have a couple of sort of new ones. These goat horns are a relatively new addition to our selection. And then we have water buffalo horns, which we have had for a while and continue to be really popular. And then we have our deer antlers, which are really a classic. So we've had these for years and years. We've carried these. People really love these. Very popular, sort of classic item that's very versatile in terms of decor. But I'm going to start today with the goat horns. So as you can see, we have them available in two different sizes. We have the large size here and the small size here. So you can see these are a lot smaller. These tiny ones too. And these are matched pairs. So if you need, a lot of people get these because they want to like do some kind of a project with them, or a lot of people come and get them as costume elements. So if you need a matched pair, you got it with these. They come as a matched pair, and they're extremely sort of rough to the touch. They have a really interesting texture. So goats are obviously one of the most ubiquitous of domesticated animals. They've been living alongside humans for literally thousands and thousands of years. We've been relying on them for meat and milk and fur and all kinds of things for literally millennia. And these goat horns are just one more thing that we can appreciate about goats. And one interesting little fact about goats that I learned today is that you can actually count their age based on the rings of their horns. So their horns grow a few, centimeters every year. And so if you count the rings on this horn, you'll be able to determine the age of the goat, which I thought was just fascinating, like a tree. I thought that was really cool to know. So these goat horns, like I said, they're available in two different sizes. They're from Domesticated Goats, and those are on our website. We're going to be doing free shipping on those for the next week. If you need a goat horn or two, you know where to find them. And then water buffalo horns. So these are really interesting because a lot of people are not that familiar with water buffaloes, but they're actually extremely common in Asia. They're sort of a cousin to cows, which obviously we are more familiar with here in the West. But in a large part of the world, water buffaloes are the main source of meat and milk and labor. They're specially adapted to tilling rice fields, which I thought was interesting. And more people on Earth depend on water buffaloes than on literally any other domesticated animal. So this is how important this animal is to humans. And these horns are absolutely stunning. They've been polished. So whereas the goat horns are rough, the water buffalo horns are very polished. They're very shiny. Inside you can see sort of the natural texture a little bit more. But on the outside, they're very shiny, and they have a lot of variation in them, which is nice. So you can see this one goes from like brown all the way to black. Some of them have more white in them, some white spots, which is really beautiful. And so we sell these individually, not as a pair. If you need a pair, you can order 2 on our website and then just indicate in the notes that you would like us to try and match them as much as possible, and we'll do our best to accommodate you. We'll try and find 2 that are as similar as possible from our batch that we have. But yeah, these are really cool. They're very shiny. People really love these. They're very affordably priced. So I definitely recommend checking those out. We're going to do free shipping on that as well for the next week. And then finally, we have our deer antlers. So whereas these are horns, these are antlers. And so that's a little bit different. And these are naturally shed deer antlers. So unlike most animals, deer actually lose their antlers every year. And so these antlers are collected from the forest floor. So it's a really beautiful gift that we have here. And you can tell that these are naturally shed by the burl here. So sometimes if you see an antler and it has been sawed off, then that's an indication that maybe it wasn't naturally shed. These ones are, because they have this sort of ridge over here along the edge, and then also this protrusion of the bony part here. So you can see that these are indeed naturally shed. They come in a couple of different sizes. I have 2 sizes here. This one is a bit smaller. This one is a bit larger. Usually, deer antlers are sold by the number of points that they have. So they count them like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points on this deer antler. This one has 1, 2, 3, 4 points. So that's one way that they're sort of graded. And obviously we also look very closely at quality. So we select pretty much by hand most of the items in the store. We do pay also special attention, particularly to the deer antlers that we get. Most of them are white-tailed deer, some of them are mule deers. It's very difficult to tell the difference between the antlers, so you might be getting one or the other if you decide to make a purchase of these. And so again, these are sold individually, so if you need a matched set, please order 2 and let us know, and we'll do our best to try and get something that looks like it goes together if you need it. I've seen people put these like on bookshelves. They look really awesome just sort of standing alone on a coffee table or something like that. There's a lot of different uses, and it's just so beautiful to, the curve of them, really interesting. So I definitely love these 3 items that I am featuring this week: the goat horns, the water buffalo horns, and the deer antlers. So I'm going to switch the camera back over. Here we go. Hi, back again. So thank you for joining us. As a reminder, doing free shipping on all 3 of those items for the next week through our website. We'll also be sending out an email about that tomorrow. If you're not on our mailing list, I definitely suggest that you join. You can do so on our website. At the bottom of the homepage, you can sign up to receive our emails and notifications, and we can tell you about all the cool new stuff that we are going to be adding to the website over the next several weeks and months. And we can keep in touch and give you updates on what we're doing. So please let me know how you like this video. If you have any comments or feedback, I would love to hear it. And I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.